Hello, lovely people. Welcome to my channel, Farmers Line. Let's farm together. If you're new on this channel, please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you are a returning subscriber, I'd like to say welcome. Thank you very much for making this channel work. Today, we are talking about plantain multiplication. This is the process where we multiply plantain using single suckers to make multiple seedlings for planting. So it was the beginning of the farming season. I wanted some plantains to plant, but it was kind of scarce and expensive as well. For beginner farmers like myself, it was kind of expensive. So I thought of doing plantain multiplication so I could get quite a number of plantains to plant on my farm. I researched on it and I came up with this. So this is how it works. Unfortunately, I have lost the beginning part of the video, but I'll be able to explain things to you. First of all, you get your plantain sucker and then you peel the bottom of it like you would peel your yam or your cocoyam. Just the same way you peel it, you cut off every root, peel it, just a little layer so that you clean up all the dirt and everything. And if there are any nematodes and any organisms hiding under it, by peeling it, you'll be able to get rid of it all. After that, you watch closely, you see that two leaves meet at one point, making a small V or something that looks like a V. So you cut from there to the other joining side and remove those layers of leaves. Move 2 or 3 layers of leaf from it and then you cut it short. After peeling and cutting the short like that, you can sprinkle some ashes on it to make sure that no bacteria is able to survive on the surface of it. Then you can store that for 3 days under shade. So after 3 days, you will cut the top again to the base of the root. Then you can make incisions into it. Make sure to divide it into 2 equal parts right at the middle. You can cut them into 4, you can cut them into 8, and you can cut them into 16. By so doing, you are distributing the middle part to each and every part that you have cut. Right after it, that water that we are dipping the suckers in was mixed with some pesticide or whatever we call it, just to make sure that we don't have bacteria affecting the suckers. After we placed them inside a substrate and we used sawdust, then you water it thoroughly. Make sure you put a lot of water. For the first time, you put a lot of water. You water it every 2 days just to make sure there is a little bit of moisture in it. Ideally, you must cover this substrate with transparent plastic sheets, but unfortunately, all conditions were not met for me, so I couldn't get all those things. So after 10 days, this is what we observed. A little bit of them had germinated. They were germinating one after the other, germinating one after the other. At this point, we had about 100 little seedlings on top of the on top of the substrate, on top of the substrate. So they were good to go. Once they get 2 leaves or more, you'll be able to transplant them into plastic bags. You transplant them into plastic bags, making sure that they grow a little further so that they can survive in the field when you have transplanted them. So that was some few weeks after we placed them into the substrate. They were germinating fairly well. They were good. A lot of plantlets were coming. I was inspecting them every day and it was doing just fine. Unfortunately, we were attacked by termites. They ate a good part of it since all conditions were not met. So those are the plastic bags. We are going to transfer the seedlings into the plastic bags. We'll keep them for another 2 to 3 weeks or even 1 month, making sure that they germinate, they get their roots firm and nice, so that when you take them to the field, they can survive the weather. So that was how it went. A lot of plantlets. I actually put in 50 suckers in the substrate, and at the end of the day, we were able to harvest about 250 to 300 suckers. So that was good. Hopefully, we'll be able to expand on this and make sure that things go well for the local farmer. We want to by this encourage everyone to try their hands on some of these things to make food available. If you're a young farmer, I'd like to encourage you that keep up the good work. Young graduates, get into farming because it is the best you can do. It's not the easiest, but certainly you can be on your own from doing farming. Yes, it's so lovely to see those plantlets sprout out so beautifully. It was a nice scene to behold, and I was proud as a farmer. At least I have been able to do something, and it was so beautiful. So beautiful. And they so lovely. They were so beautiful. So we transplanted all of those seedlings into the plastic bags, kept watering the substrates and the transplanted seedlings all until it was time to plant them on the field. So we planted all of these in the field, and we hope that we'll get a good harvest when it's time to harvest. It was so lovely. I encourage you all to join in Farmers Line. Share my video, like, and subscribe.